All right, with another month down of the year, it is time for me to rank all three. That's right, only three movies that I saw in the month of August of 2023. This is kind of the end of the summer blockbuster season. It didn't really end with a bang, but there were some decent films that came out at the end of the month. So, let me give you my thoughts on them right now. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Tyson, and we are here to talk about movies. That's right, we do movie reviews, movie trailer reactions, we cover major movie news on our Admit One podcast, and we do movie rankings like this one. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, check us on out. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you guys along for that journey. And also, if you want, you can follow my letterbox at Tyson_Admit1, and you can get my thoughts on movies through that way. All right, with that done and out of the way, let's get on into August here of 2023. There were three films I saw, which were Meg 2, The Trench, Blue Beetle, and Gran Turismo. I enjoyed most of them, but I will give you my thoughts on them right now. So kicking it on off. At number 3, we have Meg 2, The Trench. If you saw my quick little short reaction here on YouTube, I was disappointed. This movie is not good. It is just not good. Jason Statham can't even save this one. I mean, I love the shark movies. I love the dumb shark movies. They do know it's a dumb shark movie, but the sequences just aren't good at all. The acting is no. The action is only good, and I think only like 2 or maybe even 3 segments of the film I actually did enjoy, and were thrilling a little bit, and where I was on the edge of my seat for one of them when they were underwater. But that's about it. I mean, it doesn't really even focus on the sharks. The villains are just awful. I mean, they are classic twirling the mustache type of villains, so one note and boring, and did not even need to be in here because the villains should be the sharks in a shark disaster movie. It seems pretty plain and simple, but I guess it's not. However, this film is making a good amount of money, especially overseas, and it's playing very well in China. So I'm not going to be surprised if there's a third one coming out, because these films make money, and we all know when films make money, well, studios just release more of them. So with number 2, it's a huge step up from number 3. I will say that these two films are way better than the Meg 2, The Trench. But coming in at number 2, I have Blue Beetle, the new DCEU film. I know this character of Jaime Reyes and Blue Beetle are going to be transferring it over to James Gunn's newest DC universe. However, this film, I do believe, is still a part of the DCEU. It's very confusing, I know. But anyway, that done now the way, I really did enjoy this movie. My review for it is up now on the channel. Check that out. But I thought the strongest point for me was their family dynamic in here. That is always, if a story has that and it's played really well, it always will make me love the movie, because that's something I really am drawn to. And the Ramis family is just, it's brilliant in here. They love each other. They care about each other. They're supporting Jaime. And I love that they know that he's this superhero again. And he's younger, too. It's like a Miss Marvel kind of thing from Marvel, when, you know, the family knows she has these superpowers, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of time about the character trying to hide it from the family. Especially in here, they find out right away, and I love that. I think it's kind of a fresh take, because not a lot of comic book movies do that, and I'm so glad this one does. The action in here is pretty good for the most part. However, you know, the villains in here, one was kind of wasted, who was the one that Blue Beetle fought a lot against. I forget his name, but you know, he had a great backstory, but they spent like no time explaining that and rushed it so much, and just kind of made him a throwaway character. And then Susan Sarandon's character, I love Susan Sarandon, but her character was just not good. It wasn't good. It was boring. It was one note. It was flat. Not great writing at all. In here, the CGI was okay for some moments. It was a movie that was made for streaming. You can tell that a little bit, but I'm glad that they did give it the theatrical release, because I know that it was important to them, because they thought it was a really good movie, but also it gives a great Latino representation. This is the first superhero, first superhero movie that is being led by Latinos, and I think it's great. It's great when you can see yourself on screen and feel represented. So I'm very glad that that happened in here for that community. I think it's a brilliant, brilliant movie, and it's very, very fun. You should definitely go out and support it because it deserves to be doing way better at the box office than what it is currently doing. And coming in at number one, we have Gran Turismo. I will tell you right away, I did not expect to like this movie as much as I did. In fact, it might be teetering on my number 10 of the entire year. That's how much I really do like this movie. I think the story is strong, but the relationships in here between the characters are the best part. And that is David Harbour's character and Juan in this movie, the main kid, are brilliant. I love their relationship and their dynamic. It kind of reminds me of like a father-son relationship, although maybe it's close to mentor relationship, not quite sure. There is a father and son relationship in here between Juan and his father is played by Yamin Hansu, who I absolutely love. I think he is a phenomenal actor. He is in so many things. He always brings up the movie because of his performance. I wish we got more time with him in here, though. I do feel like he was wasted a bit, and then he just kind of appeared randomly at the end. So I wish we got a little bit more explained and a little bit more exploration on that father and son dynamic. But this one is directed by Neil Blomkamp, and I think he does a fantastic job. It's one of my favorites of his, for sure. And then you have Orlando Bloom in here as kind of the head. He's a marketing person, and he's marketing with Nissan, trying to get this Gran Turismo lineup and be successful. And it's great because the story premise is kind of like this guy who is Juan, who, you know, is playing video games and wants to be a racer and is all obsessed with it. And then you got his father, played by Yamin Hansu, who, you know, doubts that dream and thinks he's wasting his time. And so you have that kind of conflict in there. And then when he gets this chance, he's kind of like, ha, take that, look at me now, kind of thing. I feel like it's that kind of relationship, and that's kind of the core of the movie that pushes Juan, I think, to where he really ends up going. And I think that's brilliant. I really do like that storyline. But yeah, it's a very strong movie with the performances being there. I did say in my review that I thought the first like 10, I'd say like 15, 20 minutes didn't really do it for me. And I was kind of worried about the film. And then David Harbour's character came on screen and I was blown away, ready to go. He's the best part of this movie for me. I love David Harbour and I think he's excellent in this film. He really does bring it up a notch in his relationship with Orlando Bloom in here. I really like their character dynamic as well. And the racing scenes, how they are shot, how Neil Blomkamp like positions the camera, how the cinematography is in here and moved. I just think it's brilliant. It's one of the best racing sequences I think I've seen shot. I really do love how this movie has come together, and I think it's word of mouth. I think is going to be strong, and I think that a lot of people are going to end up walking out of this movie liking it a lot more than they thought they were going to when they were walking in. So yeah, Gran Turismo, it's number one of the year for me, or number one of the year. It's not. It's number one of the month of August for me. You can go check out my review on that on the channel now. But guys, that will do it. I know it's a shorter video. I've only seen 3 movies this month, but not a lot came out. September, we have a couple films as well that I'll be watching, reviewing on here on the channel. So stick around for that. Subscribe. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd love to have you guys along for that journey. All right. That's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions on the month of August down below in all the films that you saw. What were some of your favorites? Which one was your worst? I'm excited to hear your thoughts. All right. With that being said, guys, that will do it for me. I'm Tyson Honecker, and I'll catch you on the next one.